If you're an accountant that doesn't like marketing or never wants to learn marketing, but still wants to grow your firm, then this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to teach you 8 things that you can do to help you grow your firm's revenue, but they do not require any marketing. And be sure to stay for the 8th suggestion because it's something that you're likely already doing, but with just a little tweak, it can make a big impact on your ability to attract new clients. So if you want to grow your firm's revenue, bring on more ideal clients, but you don't want to do marketing, then this is the video for you. If we have yet to meet before, my name's Katie Thomas. I'm a CPA and I run Leaders Online. We're a digital marketing agency that helps accounting firms all over the nation attract ideal clients. And these are firms that are in the top 100 or just have 1 or 2 partners. Now, I know that in an ideal world, marketing would just come natural to us all. It'd be easy, it'd be effortless, but the truth is that's not the case for everyone. And for some of us, we just don't like it. We don't want to learn it. And so that's why I want to take today to really outline ways that you can absolutely attract ideal clients, even if you're one of those people who doesn't want to learn marketing. With that, let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing I want you to do is to remember the small details. The small details really matter. And then follow up with people, talk to people like a human. I remember when I was 13 years old, I was at the dentist for a cleaning, and pretty much right when I got there, the hygienist goes, "Hey, how did your horse show go?" I was like, "My horse show? Oh my gosh." I remember when I was there 6 months prior, I was talking to the hygienist and I was telling her about this upcoming horse show that I was preparing for to go to over the summer, and I was so excited. And when I came back, she asked me about it. Now, knowing what I know today, she likely left some notes in her CRM, which you can absolutely do. But the matter of the fact is that whenever she recalled that prior conversation with me, it really built this connection between me and her where I was like, wow, she really takes an interest in me. She really cares what I have to say and wants to build that relationship with me. So I want you to do the same thing. Whether you're talking to clients, whether you're talking to prospects, referral partners, anyone, remember the small details. Whenever you have a conversation, ask people what they're up to, what they're working on, what's coming up. And it doesn't just have to be business related. Maybe they are going to a golf tournament. Maybe they are adding to their family in a few months. And when you talk to them next time, you can ask them about that. And that really goes to show that you care, that you have a genuine interest in people. So I don't care if you're someone who says, I don't remember the small details. You can still do this. Just put it in your CRM, put it in their contact card, whatever makes the most sense for you. But remember those small details and it's going to make a huge difference. Now, the second thing I want you to do is to send a handwritten note. When I started my business not too long after, I spoke with a guy named Damon Burton. He is the owner of SEO National. And after I spoke with him, he sent me a letter in the mail and it included a nice note and a handwritten copy of his book. And I will forever remember him because of this. He also, on the letter, had a really interesting stamp that he used, and that too, I will never forget. Now, the book was written by him that he sent me, and this is not me saying that you have to write a book, but whenever you meet someone, whether they are a prospect, a potential referral partner, just somebody that you want to stay in touch with, send them a handwritten note and you will be someone that sticks in their mind forever because no one does that today. It's really easy to just shoot off an email saying, hey, it was great to meet you, or a text, hey, it was great to meet you. But who goes to the effort to send a handwritten note? It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't cost a lot of money, but that absolutely stands out and anyone can do it. Absolutely anyone. The third thing I want you to do is just simply talk to people. You're already going places, whether that is your kid's school pickup line, whether that is your church, whether that's the dentist, the doctor. Start talking to people and put yourself out there. Be open to conversations with new people. My husband and I, at the end of 2025, we started going to a new church. And because it was brand new to us and this church is rather large, there are a lot of people and it can feel like if you aren't intentionally making an effort, it can feel like it might be difficult to get to know people. However, after just a few weeks, we actually have met a ton of people. But the reason for that is because I made it a goal to talk to at least one new person every time we went each week. And by just doing this, it's amazing what connections you make whenever you start talking to people. It's not that necessarily this person could be your client, but they might know someone who could be your client, which that leads me to my next point. Number 4 is to say what you do, but in a specific way. How many times have you said that you're an accountant or a CPA or an EA or a bookkeeper, and someone immediately goes, oh, I know someone who needs that. And at first you're like, okay, this could be good, but suddenly they start talking about the person who needs this service. They are just not your ideal client at all. And suddenly you're in this conversation, but you don't want to be rude right off the bat. And so instead of just being like, hey, we actually only work with dental practices, you start engaging further in this conversation, and suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I now have a call or a meeting lined up with this prospect who is totally not a good fit, but I don't want to offend that person I just met. And then long story short, suddenly you are working with this person who is just not an ideal client for you. For most of us, we probably had something similar happen before, whether it was a situation like that or your friend referred someone. Whatever the case is, you end up with people who aren't your ideal client because you weren't specific up front. So talk about what you do, but use specific language in how you do it. Hey, I'm a CPA. We work with dental practices who want to boost their profits and save on taxes. Crystal clear. If I'm listening to that and I've got a friend running a construction business that I have in mind, it's like, oh, nope, not a good fit. And now people know exactly what you do, who they might be connected to that could be a good fit, or maybe they're a good fit. But just as importantly, they know who's also not the right fit. You want to be very, very specific and clear in what you say. If you've not read the book, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, I highly recommend it. I read that years ago and it completely changed the way I view when it comes to how I talk about what I do or whenever I'm writing about what I do. It's an absolute game changer, must read. And if you're someone who isn't a big fan of reading, then get the Audible edition. If you listen to it for a few hours while you're cleaning or driving, you'll have that book done in no time at all. My non-marketing marketing strategy number 5 is to reopen the conversation without some sort of sales-related agenda. Let's say that you are at a sports game. You talk to someone who you know loves the Royals. The Royals are popular here as a baseball team in Kansas City. I could text someone or call someone or email someone or DM someone like, hey, I'm at the Royals game, just thought of you, say something else related to the game. Super easy. Or maybe you came across a webinar that looks super interesting. I'm going to stay on the dental practice trend here. And let's say that you come across a webinar that is for dental practices looking to expand from one location to multiple locations. And this prospect you spoke with, that was one of their goals, was to expand locations. You can send it to them and say, hey, I saw this, I thought of you, and wanted to pass it along your way. There doesn't have to be some motive there to get them on the next call, but just show that you genuinely care about them. And going back to my first point, that you remembered what they talked about. This is a great way to continue to build trust with someone and simply stay top of mind. Strategy number 6 is to share wins organically. How many times have you gotten on a call or had a meeting with a prospect and one of the first questions is, how are you doing today? A lot of people say, good, how are you? Or something along those lines. Share a win. Say, I'm doing great. We just helped a dental office achieve A, B, C. Rattle it off. Put it out there. Share that win. It's not you having to go out and post a testimonial or a case study. You're just sharing the win up front. Give this one a try. So easy to do, and it's an absolute game changer. Strategy number 7 is to simply raise the standard of how you work with people. Now, this doesn't mean doing more work. This looks like always delivering things on time, always communicating upfront and clearly, sending, if applicable, meeting agendas, sending meeting recaps, making sure that everyone knows what's expected of them. There are no surprises. And the reason for this is people want to refer you when they've had a good experience working with you. Now, this seems obvious, but too many accountants focus on, hey, well, we did the tax return right. Well, the books are right. But the experience that someone has is way more than just something being right. Now, finally, strategy number 8, before I tell you, I want you to pull out your phone and I want you to look at how much time you're spending on it. Review your screen time. For many of us, that is astronomically high, and a lot of that is attributed to time spent scrolling on social media platforms. And what I want you to do, I'm not going to say that you need to spend less time scrolling or anything like that, but while you are scrolling, I just want you to leave some comments on your ideal client's post. You're already reading them. For some of them, you're already looking at the comments. I just want you to comment and engage, and not just on your ideal client's post, but I also want you to engage on other posts that you guys have a similar common connection with. So let's say that you follow some sort of coach or some podcaster in the space. Comment on their posts. If you're commenting on those posts and you know that your ideal clients are also seeing those posts, then you're going to get seen. So if you found these 8 tips helpful, be sure to like this video. And before you go, comment down below which one you're going to try next. And finally, before you click off, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and I'll catch you then.